respect.
Antela gives to Johnson on top. Lowell splits the double team, drives to the rim, doesn't get it. Rebound by Tyder. Tyder's third rebound of the game already.
Almost got away with a carry, or maybe got away with a carry.
And a whistle and a foul, either on the drive or in the act of shooting. Nudge drawing the whistle. And the foul is on Antela, her first personal foul. And we have timeout on the floor. 4:05 left here in the first quarter. It's Tampa 5, Eckerd College 4. You're watching it all here on TampaSpartans.tv and the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Courtyard by Marriott is a proud sponsor of UT Athletics. Courtyard by Marriott is located at 3805 West Cypress in Tampa. It's the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate for huge savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing. It's dinner time. Give Pizza Hut a call, huh? Pizza Hut's a proud supporter of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut today here in the local area at 813-251-3399. Get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep. And wash it down with a Pepsi. Why not? Huh? If you're thirsty, grab yourself a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years. A reminder, the men's game coming up tonight at 7:30. Eckerd College is right in the thick of the men's race as far as trying to secure home court advantage, so it's a huge game for Eckerd College tonight and a big game for Tampa. The Spartans are in the 8th spot, and only the top 8 make the SSC tournament. Yep. So they need a win here tonight. It's not absolutely critical, but it's important.
Tampa's somewhat comfortably in 8th.
Yeah.
But with 2 games left, you don't want to.
No.
They lost against Nova on Saturday. At the time, they were one of the hottest teams in the conference.
Right. And that was an overtime game as well. Had a chance to knock off one of the great teams. And Nudge at the line makes the free throw. She has been unbelievable at the line. I hesitate to mention it, the old announcer jinx, but her last 5 games, she's made 33 of 34. You now add to that 2 more makes, it's 35 of her last 36.
Don't ask me the percentage. It's about 97.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. She's the hottest free throw shooter in the conference. She's not leading the conference in free throw percentage, but she has gotten her percentage up big time now. Up to 80%. She was down. So when you think about where she was and where she is now, what a huge comeback. To only be, she was at 79% coming into the game tonight. So you make that many, and you still are under 80%.
Might have been low 70s or 60s.
Yeah, I think so. Nelson might have got away with a step before she did it. 7-4 the score. Tampa on top. Nudge. Thought about a 3. Drives to the basket, puts it up with the left hand, no good. We see number 22, Zoe Richards, has come off the bench now. The 6'2 junior from New Zealand. She's a talented player, and she zips that one away, however, missing connections. That'll be an over and back, and it is. Zoe Richards, 6'2", last year shot 59% from the field, an Eckerd College record. She's shooting 53% this season, and that's still pretty darn good, but she's third on the team in scoring with 10.2 points per game. All games coming off the bench. She hasn't started a game all season. She did not score the last game against Rollins in 13 minutes. It was the second time this season she has failed to score a point, but it was her toughest game, I think. 13 minutes, 4 turnovers, and 3 fouls. It was just one of those nights. I see Chris Nelson has gone to the bench now.
Malia Sullivan back in.
And also we see Julia Ingram, number 3, is in.
He says, hey, I'm back.
She is definitely back. Sullivan off to a terrific start here with 5 points, and the Spartans leading by 5, 9-4. Zoe Richards, spin move. They're going to call a foul. Tom Jesse's signaling he would like a travel to have been called there. Instead, Zoe Richards will go to the line. She's the leading free throw attempter on the Eckerd College Tritons. 82 attempts. She is 76% successful. She scored 17 in 19 minutes off the bench against Tampa last month when these two teams played. Tampa won that game 71-66. Malia Sullivan with a game-high 19. Nudge and Tyder both had double-doubles, and SU had 16 points. That's the kind of team effort that Tom Jesse loves to see. Made one, missed the second. 9-5. Ingram brings it across now. Tyder gives to SU on the right wing. If she's left open, she will knock that shot down. We see Michaela Keeney, number 5, guarding SU now. She's come into the game. Nudge gives it up to Ingram. She's a terrific three-point shooter as well. Only 7 to shoot. Nudge hears the team counting it down. She forces it up and in!
Good step and move, though.
It's 11-5 Tampa with 2:05 left in the first quarter. Enaritz Laranaga, number 21, is in the game as well. Haley Howard, number 10. So mass substitutions here by Paul Hunsinger, and he will do that. I mean, this is basically the second unit out there. But they all play. They all play a lot. They all average between 3 points. Everybody plays and everybody scores and contributes.
Equal opportunity.
Yeah, it's very similar to Tampa, in that you've got about 10 players and they all pretty much get to play. And now a whistle on another foul.
Foul on Dory.
And right back to the line goes Zoe Richards. Second foul on Nudge, and she's going to have to come out. We see Lauren Cody at the scorer's table. She'll come in between free throws here. She comes in for Dory Nudge. Now that's a loss of some ball handling ability because Nudge really handles the ball sometimes in the press, but Cody is one of the leading shot blockers in the conference, fourth leading in conference games at 1.3, and Richards made one, missed one again. Again, Cody had 8 blocked shots, a career high, at Rollins on February 13th. And she's really started to come on offensively as well. Ingram gives to Cody. She doesn't have three-point range, though. She has not attempted a three this season. 7-6 to shoot. Sullivan. Here's the skip pass. Ingram for 3. Got it away and at the buzzer. She knocks it down. 14-6. Julia Ingram with her 45th triple of the season. She's a 43% shooter from deep.
PHU's finest.
Driving all the way to the basket is Haley Howard. And she answers. It had been a while since Eckerd had a field goal. It's now 14-8. Ingram. SU. Sullivan. Left elbow jumper is good.
It's too easy.
I'll tell you what, she loves playing against Eckerd apparently. They doubled the score on the Tritons. It's 16-8. 7 points for Sullivan. .37 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Chelsea Johnson back in the game. Johnson running one-hander. No good. Zoe Richards went and got it, however. Ball knocked away by SU out of bounds. And it's going to stay at the Eckerd College end. The Tritons score almost 70 points a game. They're third in the Sunshine State Conference in conference games. Their average, so that, along with that great defense I talked earlier, they average almost 15 points a game more than their opponents.
Yeah, 70-55.
Yeah. Final shot time for Eckerd. 15 seconds left. Counting down now. Johnson with the dribble. She'll start it at 10. Here she comes. Driving all the way to the basket. Cody picked her up nicely. Now here's Howard. Throws up a one-hander. No good. Sullivan the rebound. It will count if it goes. Wow, and it was right on line.
Not many people have that kind of an arm.
She is a terrific athlete and showed it right there. She probably throws a fastball on the softball diamond as well, I would think. We've reached the end of the first quarter. It is Tampa 16, Eckerd 8. You're watching it all here on TampaSpartans.tv and on the SSC digital network. Did you know that our team has its own official orthopedic physicians? Let's give a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and the Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping the Tampa players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crown Plaza, the place to meet. And Martz is the official chariot of the Spartans, Martz First Class Coach. If you ever need to charter a bus, go online to martzfirst.com. That's MARTZFIRST, martzfirst.com. Martz First Class Coach. Scott Lynn, Jack Ike with you. 16-8 Tampa at the end of one. The Spartans shoot 50% in the first quarter, 6 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 4 from deep. Eckerd, meantime, just 23% from the field, 3 of 13. They did not attempt a three-point shot. They only made 3 threes in their most recent game, and that was the season low for them. So they're, again, not even getting a three-point shot away here tonight thus far. Leading scorers, Antela has scored 4 for Eckerd College, 4 of her team's 8, and Sullivan has scored 7 of her team's 16. 2 points, 5 rebounds for Stacia Titer. You got to think she's probably working on yet another double-double in this game. Rebounds were even at 9 apiece. Turnovers, Spartans had just 1. The Tritons had 3.
Yeah, both teams playing under control.
Keeney, hands off to Laranaga. No good. Look at Richards get a hand in there, knocks it out of bounds. She's trouble. She's a good offensive rebounder, very athletic, goes and gets it. Full court pressure, inbounded to Ingram. Back to Titer. Let's see if the Spartans can break it. Dangerous pass here. Got to Eshu. She gives to Titer, and now the Spartans will turn it over. Titer tried to dribble down the lane. Eckerd has a lot of international flavor. Zoe Richards is from New Zealand. Laranaga is from Spain. White Eye is from Canada. Antela is from Finland. Danan is from Israel. And then there are a few from the United States. But that's real international flavor.
Only 1 from Florida.
Yeah. Nice left-handed shot off the glass by Zoe Richards. She is tough. In her second year at Eckerd, her first year she went to Gillette College in Wyoming. Sullivan, tough shot, is fouled, I think, in the act of shooting. She'll go to the line. That's one area of her game that she'll need work on. She's under 50% for the season. The foul was called on Johnson. Her second personal foul, so that's big. Chelsea Johnson, leading scorer at 14 points a game. Johnson has not scored, has missed her first 3 shots from the floor today. But how about that? Free throw good by Sullivan. Kendori Nudge is sitting down with 2 fouls here in the early going. Had 4 points and 2 rebounds in 8 minutes. Sullivan, yeah, she's feeling very confident now in the entire offensive game. Her big thing is staying out of foul trouble. She has tended to just reach or she anticipates and gets in a little trouble that way. Look at Zoe Richards with the left hand. 6'2", nice. Second time we've seen her use that left hand very effectively. Watch for me and see if she's a left-handed player when she shoots. So far, I've seen her score with the left hand.
Got to put her on the free throw line or give her a jumper.
That's right. Eshu gives to Titer. Titer at the left elbow. Gives it to Ingram out on top. 10 seconds to shoot. Plenty of time. Here comes Sullivan. She'll get one up there. Tough shot. She was flying right to left and got iron only.
She'll put up shots that other women can't.
Wow, what a drive by Haley Howard. Didn't get the shot to go, but what a burst of energy and a burst to the basket that time. Laranaga kicks it out. Here's Richards.
Right-handed.
She is a righty. So the lefty, she's a little bit amphibious.
She's amphibious as Tim Gantner once said for the Brewers.
Yeah. Totally ambidextrous, at least around the basket.
Yeah.
From the three-point range, obviously, she's a righty, and she's a 34% shooter. And she has some volume, so she's got the whole game. Here's Titer, straight away, iron only. Richards boxes out for the rebound. She's impressive. 9 points already for Richards in 6 minutes. She provides a huge lift off the bench, doesn't she?
She does.
Driving on Cody. With the left hand, got it out, and now we're going to have 3 seconds in the lane. Turnover, once again, the 4th turnover. The second on Richard. She was called in the lane there. SU. Again, full court pressure. Ingram catches, look out. Oh boy, near steal that time by Denon. Here's a 3-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Howard. Haley Howard wearing a big knee brace on the left knee.
And the other one's wrapped tightly.
Yeah. Howard, 5'5" point guard, sophomore from Lebanon, Kentucky. Denon gives it to Richards, gives it back to Denon. Picked up by Titer. Good matchup there. 2 outstanding athletes with size and hops. Into Richards, 5 to shoot. She goes up with the left hand again. Yeah. She's got that left-handed shot off the glass down. That's the 3rd time she scored with that left hand inside. And the Tritons are back within 1. This game basically for 2nd place in the Sunshine State Conference. The teams will be tied exactly in conference play.
It's a 7-0 run.
It is.
Once 18-10.
Ingram, SU. Bounce pass inside to Cody, working on Richards. Comes with a right hand, no good. Got her own rebound. Throws it out on top. SU saves to Titer. Good save.
Nice job.
The senior gets a nice crowd response from the crowd, the family in the seats. Let Emily know that they appreciated that. And now I think we got travel.
Yeah.
Yep. It is a travel on Cody. Again, she was double teamed, and just as we saw with Dory Nudge inside, the Tritons come every time that ball goes inside. They'll bring somebody from the weak side to double team. A chance for Eckerd to take the lead. They led once in this game, but only by 2.
2-0, right?
I believe. Yes, you're right. And there is the basket that puts them ahead. Laranaga inside for her first 2. 5.5 minutes left. Eckerd has come back to take the lead after being down by 8. Sullivan to the basket. Strong move. Put it up too hard. Rebound by Richards. Here come the Tritons. Denon thought about a long 3. She has range. As I said, she is their top 3-point shooter. There's a long shot by Keeney, no good. Ingram brings it across the timeline.
Spartans have not scored since about 8:40. Been a while.
Yeah, approaching 4 minutes.
Yep.
Titer, long 2. Iron is all, and Denon with the rebound, and Paul Hunsinger is going to take a timeout to talk things over. His team has come back from 8 down to take a 1-point lead, and just like that, the scoreboard clock is decided to take a break.
Taking a timeout, too.
Yep, everybody's going to get a breather except me. It's time to tell you about the Barnes & Noble bookstore. It has all your needs in one spot. Stop by, grab the latest UT gear, snacks on the run, as well as thousands of accessories for everyday needs. Open Monday through Saturday, located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center. Shop online at utampa.bncollege.com. Walter's Press Box on South Dale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery. Serving for more than 20 years, the Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. The Press Box, located at 222 South Dale Mabry. And the Embassy Suites downtown is connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center. Embassy Suites offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa. Located just a few blocks from campus, come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue.
Spartans were 6 of 12 at the quarter, 50%. They're now 6 of 18.
Ooh.
2 free throws this quarter is all.
Last year, the Spartans were 17-11, just 10-10 in the Sunshine State Conference. This season, they are 20-6 with a 14-4 mark. Tom Jesse very happy with the way his team has come back and After a bit of a slow start, if you will, they have won 6 straight, 10 of their last 11. Oh, Tom Jesse, actually, there's big news from the Jesse family. His wife, Nikki, has been hired as the new head coach at Warner University, an NAIA school in Lake Wales. She'd been away from coaching for 5 years after being the former coach at St. Leo. She and Tom used to coach against each other, and they won't face each other now. That's a good thing.
It's Lakeland and South, I believe.
I think that's
go to Lakeland and go south. Great. Schedule each other, though.
Yeah. I don't think they'll want to schedule each other.
Oh, come on.
4:39 left here as Eckerd College will have the ball inbound and a chance to take its largest lead of the game. 19-18 the score. Eckerd is led by 2 early on, 2-0. Tampa led by as many as 8. And a whistle, and what do we have? A hold inside. I think Cody hanging on to Zoe Richards. No inbound. Howard inbounds it. And here she gets it back at the top of the key. Drives all the way to the basket. Again, showing a flash to the hoop. And she scores to give her team a 3-point lead. And that's going to bring Julia McClure, the defensive stopper, off the bench.
No, that's an 11-0 run. That's why you're doing that.
Yeah. Ingram gives to Sullivan. 4:05 left in the first half. Sullivan into the lane she goes. Splits the defense and is fouled on the drive. And it's going to be in the act of shooting, so she'll shoot 2 once again.
Let's see who McClure comes in for. Titer and Eshu have played every minute of the game. Sullivan went out for a brief.
And that's not really all that unusual. Titer actually is first in the conference at 36.5 minutes played per game, while Eshu's 33.6. She is third most minutes played per average. And Nudge is 8th in the conference at 32.1. Of course, Nelson was in the top 10 last week. She's now 12th, I think, in minutes played. So they play a lot.
Yeah.
And which kind of maybe understandably, Tom Jesse told me before the game that his team might, he says this time of year you're going to have people that are a little tired, especially because they don't go as deep as, for instance, Eckerd College. They don't play all 10. They play the starters most of the time, and that ball is up and in. And again, a 4-point lead now, the largest of the game for Eckerd. 23-19.
Still no baskets since about the 9-minute mark. They did get the free throw.
Lara Naga now with 4 points. Julia McClure, the senior from Secaucus, New Jersey. Gives to Sullivan, the freshman. Here's Titer, leading scorer on the team, but Titer with just 2 points so far. McClure with 4 to shoot. Tried to force a pass away. It's deflected by Zoe Richards. And friends, Keeney comes away with it. 3:05 to play. You knew it was going to be a battle, and a defensive battle at that. And it has been. 3 minutes left, first half. Long 3-point shot, no good by Keeney. Keeney is the best 3-point shooter on the team, percentage-wise, at 45%. But she has missed both of her 3-point tries here so far. 7 scoreless minutes. Nelson back to the scorer's table. She'll come in next dead ball. Here's Sullivan. Picked up by Richards. Fall away. Tough shot. No good. Good defense. And a nice rebound by Denon. 2.5 to play. Now a left-handed shot on the run. No good by Denon. Ingram looked inside. Now does pass inside. Cody skips on top. McClure gives to Ingram. Back to Titer. 15 to shoot. Cody with it on the baseline. Back to Titer with 10 to shoot. Got it to Cody. Here comes that double team. She passes, and a whistle and a foul. Free throws coming for Julia McClure.
Nothing has really been coming easy for the Spartans so far. Not a real good flow to the game. They're shooting 31%.
A 13-1 run.
Yeah. It was 18-10.
Free throw good by McClure. She's made 6 of 7 now for the season. Hasn't been to the line a lot.
No field goals this quarter for Tampa.
Eckerd on a 15-4 advantage for the quarter, now 15-5. So after Tampa led at the end of one, 16-8, a 15-5 advantage for Eckerd in quarter number 2. It's going to be even, probably right down to the final seconds. Zoe Richards for 3. No good. And Sullivan went high for the rebound. Good jumper, and at 5'11", she can go get it. Chris Nelson picked up by Richards on the flash. Skip pass. McClure thought about it. She's not really a big three-point shooter, although she has hit 3 this year. Inside to Nelson. Double team, picks it up. No good. Just a little short. And a rebound by Richards. Boy, she's having a great half. Richards with 11 points and 4 rebounds already. Ball knocked away. McClure got a hand on it, and now it's taken right back by Laranaga. Laranaga's had an impact after coming off the bench. 3-point shot here by White-Eye is no good. And the rebound in by White-Eye herself. Inside the final minute of the first half. Justin Pekka, associate men's head basketball coach, will join us at halftime. Nelson.
I'll give you those duties too.
Yeah, and that's fine. As we explained at the outset, Jack's battling a little laryngitis, so I'm going to handle most of the duties. I'm talking way more than normal, and it's actually by design. Yeah, Jack's giving me the okay to just keep going. 10 seconds to shoot, 20 seconds left in the half, and it's off Nelson, out of bounds.
Nothing was easy.
Had a chance to tie it.
I got a phone call on the way over soliciting something, and I said, sorry, I can't talk. I have laryngitis. He goes, you have meningitis?
Well, maybe that's the way to get rid of them all the time.
I said, no, laryngitis, but I can't talk.
I've done that before. I'm sorry, I have cancer. I can't buy anything you're selling.
You won't get here in time.
Yeah. And I joke, but I did do that. I had cancer, and I did use that. 7 seconds left. Eckerd with the lead and a chance to add to it in the final seconds. Driving to the basket, up, no good. Sullivan doesn't get the rebound. White-Eye with the offensive board, but time runs out before the shot can be put up and in by Denon. So we've reached the end of this first half. Tampa led by as many as 8 in the first quarter, but here at the break, it is Eckerd College 23 and the University of Tampa 21. Scott Lynn, Jack Ike, and we're going to be joined now by Associate Head Coach Justin Pekka. The men's game coming up tonight at 7:30. It again is going to be senior night. Let's just talk a little bit about the seniors. How about it, Justin?
Well, we've got John Whitaker, Freddie Ibrahim, Anthony Gamble, and Ishmael Perkins will be honored tonight as well.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
I want to talk. Obviously, you've got Gamble, who's star of the team, one of the stars of the team. But I want to talk for a moment about Zach Patterson, a guy. Not Patterson. John Whitaker. I'm sorry, you just said it. John Whitaker is a senior. He's been here now 4 years.
Yep.
Not a star, but he's been there. He's been at the practices. He works his butt off.
Yeah.
I love it that those kids come and stay and play and participate and contribute in every way possible.
Yeah, John does a really good job for us in practice. He's a key member of our scout team and helps prepare the other guys for our upcoming opponents. Comes and works hard every day. He's a good kid off the court. Don't have to worry about him in the classroom, so that helps. Just a really good kid. Sad to see him go.
Yeah. Freddie Ibrahim, who's a guy who's really come on lately offensively. Yeah. I mean, he's a 4-year player, has started off and on throughout his whole career.
Yeah.
But during this hot stretch where you guys have really played very well, you'd won 4 straight before losing in overtime to a really good team last game. He's been huge.
He's playing really well right now. He's I guess he's feeling he's got a couple weeks left in his career. He's letting it fly, and they're going in. So he's been telling us for a while that he's a shooter. So now he's backing it up. So we like that.
He made 14 of his last 22 from deep.
Let's knock on wood right now.
Well, okay. But I'm just saying, we talked to him after the game where he played well in a Tampa win, and I think set a career high in assists, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, with 10 assists. That was against Travis Rollins, actually.
Right.
And we talked to him, and he hardly had scored, and he goes, well, you want to talk to me? Since that time, he's lighting it up.
Like crazy.
I think we should have talked to him right away.
Yeah, we should have. He's stepped up. We've had so many injuries this year. He's really stepped up, and he's been the one guard, really, that's been injury-free all year, knock on wood again. But he's been big for us.
Devon Colley is a guy who has come on, not a senior, obviously, but he has come on since battling some injury problems.
Yeah.
It wasn't with the team at the very start of the season as far as being eligible right out of the chute.
Right.
But he's in a groove now and is really kind of running the show.
Yeah, he's playing really well, too. Finally getting in shape, and it took a little while to understand what we expected of him and what we need from him to be a good team. And like you said, battling injuries, so he's been in and out, and it's hard to really get a grasp of things when you're in and out of the lineup and not practicing. So now he's finally back on the court. He's playing really well for us.
Anthony Gamble, we talk about him, 17.3 points a game. He started every game. He's the only player that started every game. You talk about the
fifth-year senior. I feel like he's been here forever.
Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? He's meant so much to this team.
Yeah. He's big. I mean, obviously he can shoot, and everyone knows that, but he's also a really smart player. He knows what's going on, knows where other guys are supposed to be, and he's just a testament to a hard worker. He came in as a freshman and redshirted, didn't play much, didn't really practice much either, but he's gotten so much better since he stepped foot on campus, and he's worked really hard for it.
During this hot spell for this team, Marco Downer, the freshman, has really risen to the occasion as well. Last 7 game, averaging 5.1 blocks a game over the last 7.
I didn't know. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
We'll take it.
He is the leading shot blocker in the SSC at 3.5 in conference games, 3.0 for the season, and some of that was where he maybe only played a few minutes early in the season.
Right.
So he has really become a huge presence. In fact, he's the reigning Defensive Player of the Week in the Sunshine State Conference. After coming up with a triple-double last game with 10 blocks.
That's pretty impressive.
That's
really
hard to
impressive.
do. Justin Davis got the first ever triple-double. He was a point guard, played here, and Jack and I had the privilege of calling that triple-double 5 years ago. And then we got a chance to call Marco's triple-double the other night.
A little different, assists versus blocks, but Marco, I'm sure he's got a few more, over the course of his next couple of years.
Well, we've kind of run through the Spartans. I know Eckerd is going to be a game. You guys know each other so well.
Rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game, and Drushan McLaurin is a terrific talent.
He's tough. He's a lot to handle. He's first team All-Conference. He's an All-American. He's, for a reason. Really good player. We're going to have Cedric try to contain him, see what he can do.
Last thing I want to ask you about very quickly is this is going to be the last game that you will see Tom Ryan. Unless you see him in the postseason tournament at some point.
Right.
But Tom Ryan is retiring as a head coach at the end of this season, which is unbelievable. They've only had 2 head coaches in their 55-year program. It's going to be so weird to not see him on the sideline.
Very weird. When I started out as a student manager and then as a young assistant, Tom's always been a good friend and a mentor, always willing to talk on the phone and, bounce ideas, and we work together on scheduling and stuff, and, he's just a really good guy, a really good coach, and wish him the best of luck. Eckerd's lucky he's going to lead their athletic department. It's really nice.
He's been serving as the interim AD for the last couple of years, last 2 years, and then
working his tail off.
Working his tail off. He's there's going to be a new president in town at Eckerd here soon, I think in 2020. But so there have been some changes, but Tom Ryan, it's going to be so weird that they've a third coach, and I have not heard that. I know there's a national search. Having called some Eckerd games in the past over the last 3 or 4 years, obviously Marcus Chief Bryant is a guy who's the associate head coach. I'd like to see him on a personal level. I'd like to see him get a shot. Similar to your situation, where whenever Richard Schmidt decides to step down, I would hope that you would have a shot as the associate head coach as well. But bottom line is, they're going to be in good hands no matter what happens.
No matter what, I wouldn't be surprised if it's an Eckerd guy, and Chief's a really good friend and a good guy, so I also hope he gets an opportunity. But
me too.
Tom will hire somebody good, and the program will be in good hands, that's for sure.
Yeah, very good. Well, listen, as always, this is going to be our last game together, you and I, because
season flew by.
It flew by. My last chance to work with you. I just say thanks again for everything you've done.
Thank you for what you've done. You guys do a really good job, and
thanks.
Put us on the map.
I don't know about that. that.
Yeah.
I think Anthony Gamble's had a whole lot more to do with that. Or Richard Schmidt. Or even Justin Becker.
No.
You've all had a lot more.
Everyone plays their part.
Okay, that's right. I'm a role player. All right. Justin, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, so halftime here at the women's game. Eckerd 23, Tampa 21. The men's game coming up at 7:30, and Eckerd is right in the battle for home court advantage in the first round of the Sunshine State Conference, and Tampa is 8th right now, still with an outside shot at moving up, but almost kind of, sort of, maybe locked into the 8th spot. We'll see how it goes, but there's still work to be done on their behalf. But Eckerd desperately needs this win to try to get home court advantage coming up at 7:30. So, for Justin Pekka, this is Scott Lynn, Jack Ike standing by. We'll resume with the second half of the women's game coming up in just a few minutes here on TampaSpartans.tv and the SSC Digital Network.
say nice things about Coach Schmidt? Because the last broadcast, the Eckerd broadcaster said mean things about him on the air.
Did he really?
Yeah. Look at him yelling at his players. You can't yell at players like that.
I know the guy.
He said Tom.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. The guy who, yeah. When I told them I couldn't do any more games, they hired this guy named Tom. He drives over from St. Leo or somewhere. I forget where he's from. Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of a jerk. But anyway, you can use this if that helps you in any way.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want scores of other games going on?
Yeah, the ones that would impact Tampa and Eckerd, both, up or down in the standings. All right, I'm going to come back and do some stats.
Whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go.
Just about a minute and a half away from the start of the second half here in Tampa at the Bob Martinez Athletics Center. It's Sunshine State Conference basketball here on TampaSpartans.tv and the SSC Digital Network. Again, we welcome all of you watching, you Eckerd College fans, as well as the Tampa Spartans fans tonight. These two cross-the-bay rivals getting after it, and they are getting after it pretty good. 23-21 Eckerd here at halftime. The leading scorer in the game is Zoe Richards off the bench with 11 points in 14 minutes, also 4 rebounds. She's credited with only 1 offensive rebound, but I think she had her hands on 3 or 4, which led to rebounds. Eckerd has out-rebounded Tampa 19-16. A poor shooting first half really for both teams, but the Spartans did not make a field goal in the second quarter. They were 0 for 8 from the floor. You can't get worse than 0, and that's what Tampa has to feel like. They're a little fortunate still to be as close as they are. Tampa led after 16-8, but Eckerd on a 15-5 run in the second quarter has a 23-21 lead. Again, this game is for second place in the Sunshine State Conference. Tampa came in 1 game ahead in the standings. Eckerd would tie them at 14-5 if they get a victory here. And that would, because they hold the tiebreaker, they would, if they finish tied for second at the end of the season, after Saturday's season finale for both teams, Eckerd would end up with the number 2 seed. Tampa would fall to the 3 seed. So if Tampa wants to be the 2 seed, they really need to win this game here tonight. 23-21 is the score. 11 points for Zoe Richards, 4 points for Larinaga, Howard, and Antela. 10 points for Malia Sullivan, the leading scorer for the University of Tampa. Dory Nudge, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 points, 8 boards for Stasia Titer in the first half. The Spartans have it to start the second half. And we see Julia McClure is starting in the second half for Chris Nelson. Otherwise, it's all the other 4 starters are in as well. SU trying to go with a Titer inside. Titer step back 3, 4 on the shot clock. She hits the 3, and the Spartans regain the lead 30 seconds into the third quarter.
They needed that after going an entire quarter without a bucket.
That's Jack Ike. I'm Scott Lynn. Nice to have you along here tonight. Here's Chelsea Johnson driving baseline, kick to the corner. Picked up quickly there. Now here's Danan. Long 3-pointer, air ball, and out of bounds it goes. Danan is their leading 3-point shooter percentage-wise. Check that, volume-wise, 52 of 150, but she's 0 for 3 so far here in the game today. Check that, 0 for 2 from deep, 0 for 3 from the floor. 1 minute into the third quarter. 3-point shot is off the back of the iron. No good. McClure.
Well, she's been thinking about it because they've been giving it to her.
Well, she wanted to try to keep him honest, I think. That shot didn't go. And here now the Tritons with it. Antela hands to Lowell. Now on the far side it goes. A 3-point shot around it out. Rebound by Titer. Her 9th board of the game. But Titer with 5 points. Here's Nudge. A little 12-footer is good. Well, when she went to the bench in the second quarter with 2 fouls, it really made a difference.
Yeah.
Nice to have her back if you're a Spartans fan. It's 26-23.
You talk about Julia McClure keeping him honest. That'll keep him honest on the inside is Tori hitting that from about 12 feet.
Again, we talked about the Princeton offense. There's a lot of ball and people movement. A whistle on a foul. Titer called for the personal.
First.
Teams first. First on either team here in this third quarter. The Two top rebounders in the SSC playing here today.
Nice play, Tyder. Deflected the inbounds pass off of Johnson.
Tyder.
No former teammate love there.
No. Tyder, 8.8 rebounds, but the leading rebounder in the conference games is Nudge with 9.2.
It's a good battle to have.
It is. Nudge with it. She's the reigning Defensive Player of the Week in the Sunshine State Conference. Here it is, baseline shot, no good. Iron, Johnson the rebound. Chelsea Johnson with it. Nudge wasn't even our post-game guest as the star of the game. Tyder and Nudge both had double-doubles.
We try to share the wealth.
We do.
Don't let anybody get spoiled.
And Tyder hit a bunch of shots down the stretch, so we had her. But as we've said all season, you could have Tyder or Nudge almost every game. Yeah. They do so much for the Tampa team. SU with it. Spartans with a 1-point lead. 7:20 left, third quarter. Nudge. Guarded by Antela. 19-footer short. Antela goes and gets the ball off the court.
Oh, they lost her.
Johnson quickly to the basket, is going to be shooting free throws after drawing the foul.
SU and Tyder looking at each other like, I thought you had her, I thought you had her.
Tom Jesse walks to almost midcourt to say one of you needs to take her.
Someone, yes.
Johnson, the leading free throw shooter in the Sunshine State Conference, 85%. I mentioned Denon, who's actually at 90%. Hour.
Really?
Tyder misses a three. Rebound by Lowell.
Don't they check on that before they leave?
With it, and then got on I-275 and stopped traffic the moment I took the exit ramp. Johnson for three, straight away, no good. Sullivan the rebound. Sullivan goes coast to coast, dribbles, kicks to Eshu, on top it goes to McClure. Nudge, top of the key to Tyder, right elbow jumper, no good. Rebound low. Tied at 26. We thought it might be a low-scoring affair, but neither team shooting particularly well. That's an offensive foul. Going to be called on a wide-eye. Paul Hunsinger in his 13th year as head coach at Eckerd College, 182 wins, 146 losses. They've been in the NCAA tournament 3 of the last 4 years. As I mentioned earlier, the Conference Coach of the Year and a finalist for National Coach of the Year in 2017. He's up complaining a little bit to the official about the call. The scoreboard's out again.
Speaking of complaining, I think Iowa coach Fran McCaffrey may be in a little trouble.
Really?
He just berated a referee yesterday, got 2 technicals kicked out of the game. F-bombs.
Wow. So, reminds me of the time that Bobby Knight got thrown out of a game and went and sat in the stands.
Yeah.
Remember that? By the way, the officials, we should mention, Tashiana Smith, Christy Apollonese. I know I didn't say that right. My apologies, Christy. And then Danica Mosher.
Iowa has to be careful. They suspended their broadcaster last week for the rest of the season.
And that's reminiscent of a story back from my NBA days. Mike Rice, who was the color TV commentator and now lives in the state of Florida, retired. He was thrown out of a game by Steve Javie. He didn't agree with the call, and he gave a wave like that was terrible. Just a wave, and Javi threw him out. Would not continue the game until they removed him from the broadcast.
Wow.
That was. So we always warned Mike Rice. Javi's here tonight. Control yourself. All right. Clock's back on. Scoreboard's working. 5:59 left. Third quarter tied at 26. Tom Jesse in his 17th season. 338 wins, 161 losses. He's won 68% of his games.
Full court pressure here.
Indeed.
Trap.
And a whistle on a foul. Reached into the backcourt. It's going to be on White Eye. That's her second foul. 26th year as a head coach for Tom Jesse. 508 wins, 250 losses. Again, 67% winning percentage. These are two really good coaches. Kickball. Tampa inbounds. Full court pressure bothering Tampa a little bit. We talked earlier about how important it was to have Nudge back in the game because she does help bring the ball up against the press. D1 skills, played at University of South Florida 2 years ago, transferred after redshirting last year because of injury.
5 on the shot clock.
SU, no good. Nudge went and got the rebound and is fouled. I think that's going to be White Eye's third. Check that. It might not be on. No, it's on Lowell. That's her first. Couldn't see who made the contact. SU inbounds to Titer. Fresh 30. Tied at 26. No, entry pass intended for Cody was intercepted, and now
shot clock didn't start. This just really ruins the flow.
Gives Tom Jesse a chance to glare at the entry pass maker. He was not very happy with that. Again, turnovers, you just cannot turn the ball over if you want to win this game. First turnover of the half, though. The teams are tied with 7 turnovers apiece. Johnson misses a reverse inside. Made that shot a little tougher than it had to be, I think.
Yeah.
SU looking to Cody, but now they zip it around to the far side. Look out, that ball nearly stolen. Danon with great anticipation. A lot of time, still 10 seconds to shoot. SU launches a 3 and hit it! Emily SU.
Used the pick well and then stepped back and knocked it down.
SU missed her first, makes her second. She's now 10 of her last 17 from three-point range. A nice block shot from behind by McClure. It's out of bounds. It'll still be Eckerd ball.
That's just her first points of the night.
SU in her final regular season home game. She is one of those seniors that was honored here on senior night. They will host a Sunshine State Tournament first round game, in essence a quarterfinal round game. And now there's a timeout on the floor with 4:31 left. Tampa 29, Eckerd 26. You're watching it all right here on the SSC Digital Network. Jimmy John's is a sponsor of UT Athletics. At Jimmy John's, they're freaks about fresh bread, meats, veggies, because that means better sandwiches for all. Freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's. Freak, yeah. And Mastro Subaru is your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer, located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Mastro Subaru customers can view their huge Subaru inventory as well as receive full service maintenance on vehicles. As a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials at Mastro Subaru. Our reputation rides with you. And for generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety paired with a hot coffee. Visit the nearest Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. And those of you who from Eckerd or maybe watching us for the first time tonight, I will tell you my little secret. 7 seconds in the microwave, those Krispy Kremes become melt in your mouth. Wonderful bites of sweetness. Oh. Full court pressure once again. Here comes the double team. Nudge, SU, back to Titer. They do beat the press. Titer now. Holds up. Nudge comes and gets it. Johnson lurking, thinking about coming over to try to a double team. Tighter, going to try to get it to Nudge. It's not there. SU with it. 6 to shoot. SU, hook pass, Tighter. 4-3. It's good! 4 minutes left, third quarter. Tampa, with back-to-back threes, takes a 32-26 lead. Second place in the Sunshine State Conference on the line. Tampa with a 1-game lead over Eckerd. 1 game left for each school. Up on Saturday. There's a 3-point shot straight away. No good. Rebound by McClure. The shot by Devon was just no good. She's 0 for 4 from deep. Nudge backs it out. Hands to Tighter. They'll run clock and be very patient. McClure. SU, tough shot, fading to her left, and the shot did as well, and it goes out of bounds off the iron.
It's kind of floated instead of going straight up, and the ball floated to the left too as well.
And it reached Laranaga, number 21, is checking back in, as is Haley Howard, number 10. On the floor, along with White-Eye and Zoe Richards.
So he's changed lines.
He has. And Denon still on the floor as well for Eckerd. Cody and Nudge, the twin towers for Tampa, on the floor at the same time right now. Good defense by Tighter. A whistle. Oh, and they're going to call a hand check. Boy, been a lot of contact. It didn't seem like that much, but a whistle and a foul called on Tighter, her second. Here comes Sullivan back in for Cody. Sullivan back into the game. Is Tampa's leading scorer with 10 points. Tighter has 8 points and 10 rebounds. Closing in on her 12th double-double of the season. Kicks out to Richards for 3. No good. Long rebound, though, into the hands of Denon. They'll reset. Howard gives it up. Driving to the basket and drawing a foul is White-Eye. She'll go to the line to shoot a couple. 70% free throw shooter. Mentioned earlier, she had a double-double last season against Florida Tech with 17 points and 11 rebounds. Those were career highs. She has a season-high 16 points and 11 rebounds, tying her career high against Florida Tech this year. 4 points, 5 rebounds in the first matchup. White-Eye is yet to score here today. Does have 6 rebounds. First free throw is off the iron, no. Tampa's 7 of 8 from the line, and Eckerd is 3 of 7. Could be big.
Yeah.
Second free throw, good. Tighter to inbound in the backcourt. Here comes the double team after they inbound it. McClure dribbles across the timeline. Hands to Nudge. Sullivan into the lane, kicks out, Tighter. Tighter lost the handle. That's stripped by White-Eye. Here's Abby with the basketball, bringing it into the front court. Gives to Howard. Howard for 3. No good. SU went and got it. SU's first rebound of the game. She does have 3 points, 3 assists. 2:05 left, third quarter. Tampa by 5. Sullivan to Tighter. SU now. 3-point, nope, a 2. Toe was on the line, and the rebound by Denon. As the ball was deep, but came out. I'm Scott Lynn, Jack Ikes alongside. Big game here in the Sunshine State Conference. Zoe Richards working on Nudge, lost the handle out of bounds. She says, wait, Nudge nudged me.
It looked like it went right off her hand.
Double team comes as soon as the ball is entered. And then they fall back. Pretty experienced group right out here.
Done a
right
good job handling the press.
SU and Tighter seniors, as well as McClure, also a senior. Nudge, D1 experience, and Sullivan, the promising rookie, who's the leading scorer for Tampa so far. In it comes, 4 seconds to shoot. Nudge has to shoot. 10-footer, good. 34-27. Tampa has regained the lead. And Eckerd College has missed its last 5 field goals and hasn't made a field goal in 7 minutes.
Wow.
Offensive foul is going to be called on Richards as Nudge draws her second offensive foul today. She's really good at playing position defense.
This is not the biggest lead of the game for Tampa. They had an 18-10 lead at one point.
Dangerous cross-court pass, but it got there. McClure to the basket is fouled. And she'll go to the line once again. McClure's made both of her free throw attempts tonight. The foul is on Danan. That's her first personal foul. The team's fourth, so the team's fifth. So even though we're in the final minute, it's not going to be that big a deal. Both teams are shooting 2 free throws on every foul the rest of the quarter. McClure with the free throw, good. McClure had her career-high game offensively. We talked about her defense. She's terrific defensively. 7.6 rebounds against Texas Women's University this year. And I think that was the game she hit her first career 3, too, wasn't it? I think it was. She hits both free throws here. She's 4 for 4 from the line today. 9 of 10 for the year.
This is the biggest lead of the game.
Richards gives the ball up, tries to get it back. Does. Nudge defending her down, low blocks. Hands off, and the little 5-footer, no good. Look at Richards' battle inside. She goes and gets it. At that time, Eshu ends up with it. Spartans will have the final shot of the third quarter. 15 seconds on the clock. Eshu had to defend against Danan. Now gives it to Titer. Now 10 seconds left in the period. Tampa by 9. Trying to up that advantage to double figures. Titer forces the shot up. No good. It goes out of bounds at the buzzer. And that will end the third period. So the Spartans with their largest lead of the game as they outscore Eckerd 15-4 in the third quarter.
Well, you look at the score by quarters. 16-8, Tampa had the lead. 15-5, Eckerd went up by 2 at the half. And now 15-4, Tampa. So we'll see what the fourth quarter brings.
Well, it's Eckerd's turn. If you're a Triton fan, you might not want to go away. For fresh-made hot or cold subs, you could visit Firehouse Subs. Do yourself a favor at Firehouse. Their subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen. Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT's. Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical box hotels with its spacious rooms and waterfront relaxation. Sailport Waterfront Suites, an official partner of UT Athletics. 1 for 12 shooting, 8% for Eckerd in the third quarter. Well, after Tampa had gone 0 for 8 in the second. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Tampa shooting 32% from the field for the game, Eckerd 27%. Eckerd is just 1 of 13 from three-point range today. Zoe Richards has the only make. The rest of the team is Zippo. And again, I mentioned they had only 3 made threes in their last game. It was a victory, low-scoring, 47-44 win over Rollins, but they only made 3 in that game. So they have not done it with three-pointers. They tend to run that offense and try to get layups or good looks. Titer knocked the ball away, but it's recovered quickly by Larinaga. Zoe Richards, defended by Nudge. Here's to Howard. Howard on the dribble, defended by McClure. Throws the ball away, and she's out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds. Richard trying to save it. Another turnover, and that's the 10th turnover of the game for Eckerd College. Tampa has 8. 5th turnover of the second half.
It's like Eckerd men got here. They're just walking in.
Well, that's good. They're scheduled to play at 7:30.
Yeah.
And again, they're battling. They're tied for 4th right now. 4th and 5th, a 4th-place tie. So it's a huge game for Eckerd tonight as they try to secure home court advantage in the first round of the SSC tournament. 10 seconds to shoot. Skip pass to Sullivan. She drives to the basket, lays it up and in. Sullivan with a nice idea there. She had been on 10 for the longest time. She now has 12 points. Tops on the Spartans team. Nudge and Tighter both have 8. Richards straight away 3. Off the side iron, no good. And it's on the line, out of bounds to Tampa. 11-point lead is the largest of the game for Tampa. 8:53 remaining. Dangerous pass from Tighter, but McClure got it, then dribbled out of the double team. And she's pushed from behind, not intentionally, by Haley Howard. But Howard will pick up the personal foul. That'll be her second. 8:47 left. Tampa by 11. Tighter to inbound. Tighter is 6th in the conference in scoring at 14.5. She is 2nd in rebounds at 8.8. She is 6th in assists at 3.1. She is just so important to this team. That's why we've interviewed her the last 2 games. She's so important and comes up big down the stretch seemingly every time. Nudge, the sophomore, redshirt sophomore, is hand-checked. That'll be the second team foul of the quarter. So Eckerd getting into a little bit of a bind here, because once you hit that 15 foul in the period, it's 2 free throws every time. The foul is on Richards, her second. Check it, that's her third. 3 fouls on Richards. She's the only player on either team with 3 or more personals. Sullivan has played very smart basketball, and now she, as I say that, she carries the ball. Tom Jesse didn't say a lot to that official that made the call, but was saying, now that's something that could be called a lot more often on both sides. 11-point lead for Tampa with 8:15 remaining. Cutting to the hoop. A nice shot blocked by Sullivan, but getting the ball back was Howard. 10 seconds to shoot. This is Danan. Danan defended by Eshu. Good defense. The spin move, no good. Nudge pulls down the rebound. Nudge 5th rebound of the game. To Sullivan in the corner. They go inside to Tighter. Triple teamed, and they call travel on Tighter. Coming back into the game is Armi Antila, the 6'2 senior from Finland. Eckerd College, by the way, they'll have their senior day on Saturday. They end against Embry-Riddle. Or is that at Embry-Riddle? It might be no, it's a home game. It's against Embry-Riddle. It's a home game. So that is their senior day. And they'll honor all of their seniors in the women and men's game. And Dushawn McLaurin, who's been honorable mention All-American last year. He's been their leading scorer all 4 years of the men's team. He'll be honored on Saturday. So all you Eckerd College fans will want to get out there and support your players on senior day. Nudge kicks it out. A 3-pointer, no good by McClure. Had a wide open look. Nudge unselfishly passed it out to her. Here's Antila, a senior, giving it up to Johnson. Johnson drives, kicks to Antila. Oh, she wasn't ready for it. Off her hands, out of bounds. She claps and says, boy, Chelsea, that was a great pass. Drew the double team, drew the defense over to her on the drive, and then unfortunately it went off the hands of Antila. Chelsea Johnson, senior from Orlando. And again, we mentioned at the outset, a former high school teammate of Stasia Tighter. Tighter with the ball. Gives to Eshu. Eshu's been playing a lot of the point here today. That's one of the things we've seen. Chris Nelson has not been able to show that she can make the outside shot, and therefore teams are starting to let her shoot. And if she doesn't have success, it's really hard to keep her out there. She missed all 3 of her shots. All 3. Only one was a 3-point shot, but still, I think that's why Tom Jesse has gone to Eshu running the ball for the most part. And now another offensive foul is called. Danan picks up another foul. That'll be her 3rd foul, I believe. It's her 2nd personal foul, the team's 3rd. 3 team fouls here in the quarter. Here's a long pass ahead to Nudge. Nudge taking it strong to the basket. Antila gets there. Pump fake, up and in by Nudge. 13-point lead, largest of the game for either team. 6:15 remaining. 40-27. Tampa on top of Eckerd. Here's Antila. 17-footer straight away, just like a free throw. She knocked it down. She's got 6 points. They push it ahead in a hurry. McClure brings it across the timeline. Under 6 minutes to play. SU's done a nice job running the point here as they spread the offense out. They'll run some clock. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 5:45 left in the game. Nudge thought about a three. Got it into Tighter. Double team. Back to Nudge. Nudge, 4 to shoot. She does know it. She puts it up and in. The bench were telling her. The teammates right behind her in her ear saying, you've only got 4. Get it up. Whistle on a pushing foul. Called against Tampa, the first of the quarter, and I think it's on the pass off. The foul is on Tighter, her 3rd personal foul. Passed inside, knocked away by McClure out of bounds. It'll stay. Eckerd ball. Michaela Keeney is on the floor. Number 5, Chelsea Johnson. Denon. Here's a shot straight away by Lowell. No good. Rebound by Nudge. Nudge with 12 points, 6 rebounds now. You can see both her and Tighter closing in on double-doubles yet again today. 5:05 left. Tampa by 13. It had been close much of the way until late in the 3rd quarter. Nudge, toe on the line, missed the jumper, and the rebound hauled in by Keeney. Keeney out of McKinney, Texas, in her first year at EC after playing at South Plains, Texas. A rebound by Nudge again. That was a strong rebound right there. Sullivan to SU out on top. SU, as Antela shows, here's a 3-point shot by Tighter. Long. Rebound, Lowell. Lowell is not lowing at all. Here's a straightaway 3 by Denon, and Denon missed again.
Boy, they just can't hit it right now. 2 of 20 this half.
And Denon is 0 of 8 from the floor and has missed all 5 of her triples. Again, she came in with 52 made threes and 150 attempts. Both tops on the team. Nudge with 10 seconds was left open. Did not take it. She gives to Tighter. Tighter to Nudge. Nudge inside. And a whistle and a foul. McClure will go back to the line yet again. Nice pump fake inside. Might have gotten away with steps inside. A little bitty tippy toes. Got a couple quick items here. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics, Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for their variety and hours. And Florida Orthopedic Urgent Care. Give it up to the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Dr. Seth Gasser and his sports medicine team for keeping the Tampa players active and safe on and off the court with their Ortho Urgent Care located just minutes away in South Tampa.
Got some scores to give you around the conference. And, with Tampa having this lead, it's not going to impact Tampa greatly, but the team leading the conference, Florida Southern, is leading St. Leo 58-43, end of 3, so they're
looks like that's going to happen.
Comfortably in control. Rollins leads Florida Tech 45-36. That is at the end of 3. They're in the bottom half of the conference. Lynn leads Berry just by 2 with 13 seconds to play. Those are 2 teams in the bottom half. And Nova Southeastern leads Palm Beach Atlantic 55-38 at the end of 3. Embry-Riddle does not appear to be playing today.
Right, I think that is correct. And they play at Eckerd on Saturday. Nova Southeastern, by the way, again winning big, is 2 games behind Eckerd here at the start of the night. So possibly, and I don't know their season series, but if Eckerd were to lose its home finale in the regular season Saturday against Embry-Riddle and Nova wins its last game, it's possible that Nova would edge ahead of Eckerd into that spot. But again, I don't know the head-to-head or tie-breaking scenario there. And there's a missed free throw by McClure. Just her second miss of the season and her first of the night. She was 5 of 5 before that one. Or 4 of 4 before that one, I should say. 42-29 with 3:44 left. She got the next one to go.
Two of the better defensive teams in the conference, but I wouldn't say this has been a stellar defensive game.
No.
More bad shooting.
Yeah, been missed shots, both sides, really. Tampa shooting 35% for the game. Eckerd is under 25%. Actually at 25% as they hit that shot by Antela. 42-31, 3.5 to play. Full court pressure. There'll be a sense of urgency now, I'm sure, for Eckerd. Ball stolen by Denon, but she stepped on the sideline. I will see if the officials call it a change of possession because Tampa's going to get a fresh 30.
Yeah, they do.
So I guess it was a steal, and she stepped out of bounds.
I think it's just the first time the Spartans have thrown it away, so it'll be called a turnover.
And the foul is called in the backcourt on Howard before the ball's even inbounded. That's the 15th foul, so here we are. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left, and 2 free throws the rest of the way for Tampa, as Eckerd has 5 fouls. Tampa has just 1 personal foul here in the quarter, so this is a huge advantage for the Spartans as they try to hold on to their 11-point lead. SU to the line, 84% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw good. She's got terrific form. Then you know her story. Played at Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois, her first couple years. Out of Naperville, not Palatine, Naperville, Illinois. And she hits both free throws here. SU now with 5 points on the day. 5 points, 3 assists, couple of rebounds. There's a 3-point shot drained by Howard. And now timeout is called in the backcourt by Tom Jesse. As interestingly, on that particular possession, as soon as the basket was made, Dory Nudge grabbed the ball and stepped right out of bounds looking to throw it in. Well, the count starts at that point. She needed to let it drop for a moment, let the players get set up and get their spacing, and then come back because SU was not where she needed to be to help.
I think she thought she might have had a quick entry pass, and it just kind of fell apart.
But a timeout on the floor after the made 3 by Howard. That was just her 7th made 3 of the year. 7 of 27 now on the season, about a 25% shooter on the year. Scott Lynn, Jack Ike with you. As we've explained a couple times, Jack's battling laryngitis. Has been for the last 4 days. I'm just glad to have you with me, pal. I'm talking way more than I normally would. This is a little reminiscent, though, of the Blazer games that I called last season. I called 33 Portland Trailblazer games on the radio network with no color commentator for the most part.
Yeah.
There were a few games where I did have a color commentator, but I'll tell you what, those are 48-minute games. And I did a pre- and a post-game show segments as well. It was a long night.
And it's radio, and you have to be more descriptive and say more things.
Yeah. I'm having flashbacks to that nightmare right now.
Your brow is sweating.
Yeah, I know. Not as much pressure here. I'll tell you, not as much. But it's important to the team's play, and that's for darn sure. And right now, the Spartans will inbound. Here's SU taking the entry pass. Here comes the double team. Behind the back dribble, gives to Nudge. He gets it across just in time here to
second.
Tighter. Nudge to Sullivan. Sullivan, step back, short jumper, no good. 2:50 left. 10-point, make that 11-point lead for Tampa. Spartans have led by as many as 14. Air ball. 3-point shot, no good. And here comes Chris Nelson in for Sullivan. This might be, and I think Tom Jesse's telling her that was a little quick.
Yeah.
There were still 10
seconds are more important.
Yeah, 10 to 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Knocked out of bounds by Denon, who was trying to lobby for a deflection off the Tampa player. But Tom Jesse, I think, was just saying to the freshman, hey, we didn't really need to shoot it that quickly.
Yeah. Even if she made it, he might have made the same move.
Nudge with 12 points, 7 rebounds. Sullivan with 12 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, and Tighter with 8 points and 11 boards. Nudge with the ball in the backcourt. Remember, any foul puts Tampa on the line for 2 free throws. Here's Chris Nelson dribbling into the double team.
Yeah.
Got it to SU. Here's Nelson working on Johnson. tighter with it, 10 to shoot. 2:15 left in the game. SU comes across, gives to Nudge. Nudge, 17-footer right side is good, and it's 47-34. 2:05 left. Tampa again by 13. Long three-point shot is good by Chelsea Johnson. And timeout quickly called by Paul Hunsinger. It's back to a 10-point game. If you're Eckerd, you are trying to get that into a single-digit deficit.
The Spartans have thwarted that effort, mostly because they've done a nice job breaking the press. The only time that they did turn it over, Eckerd turned it over seconds later, stepping on the sideline.
That was Johnson's first made three of the game. She'd missed her only other try, but she's just 2 for 8 from the floor, 6 points, and that's credit to Tampa. They've done a really nice job on the leading scorer for Eckerd, averaging 14 points a game, 8th best in the Sunshine State Conference.
Lynn did beat Barry 63-61.
Okay. If Tampa holds on, they'll be the number 2 seed in the SSC tournament. They'll host a game 1 week from tonight, win or lose. 150 left here. That time, no full court pressure. They just drop back into man defense. Near steal by Johnson in the backcourt. Now she does come away with it. Tom Jesse says, come on, be aware where they are. The players were coming. They're coming all the time. And Tighter knocks the ball away into the hands of Cody. 1:35 left. Nelson gets it to SU. SU picks it up in the front court and calls a timeout. A little scramble there, and Tom Jesse wasn't very happy with how his team was handling it, saying you just got to take care of the ball. That turnover was the team's 13th. Eckerd has 14 overall.
If the standings were to stay the same, it would be Rollins against Tampa next Wednesday here.
And Tampa won both games against the Tars this year.
Yep, 67-50, just about a week ago, and 55-44 here in Tampa back in January.
Dory Nudge with 14 points leading the way. Leah Sullivan, who we have not talked to since early on in the season when she made her collegiate debut and scored 21 points. She might be our guest tonight. Inside to Cody. She puts it in. 1:10 left. Tampa up by 12.
Probably the dagger.
Need to hit a few threes or get some quick twos. Eckerd trying in a hurry. Here's Chelsea Johnson. She knows it. Off the iron, no good. Nelson got a finger on it. Great hustle there by Antela. And they called timeout. Antela with great presence there and great hustle. Got the ball, called timeout before she could be tied up. So, and the arrow was pointed to Tampa's direction. So it would have been Tampa ball if she had been tied up. Malia Sullivan had a 19-point game against Eckerd in St. Petersburg. Had a 25-point game at Rollins that game. So, you know, she's had some really nice games against Claflin. She came out with a 21-point game in her collegiate debut. We talked to her early in the season. We may talk to her again tonight. She got this team off to the good, quick start. 10 first-half points. I'm trying to think, did she have 10 at the quarter? He had 8, I think, in the quarter.
8 in the quarter, yeah.
So we'll likely talk with her here in just a few minutes. Remember, the men's game coming up. Big for both teams as far as seeding is concerned. The Eckerd men tied for 4th. And that's a big, big game for them. Eckerd looking to try to get a quick hoop here. Chelsea Johnson. 3-point shot launched, no good by Danan. Rebound, Nudge. And here's Nelson going to be fouled in the backcourt. She'll go shoot a couple free throws. So Nudge with 14 points, 7 rebounds. As always, you can always talk to Dory Nudge.
Yes.
but we'll try to spread the wealth a little bit. And
because it's been so low scoring, Nudge and Titer won't get double-doubles today.
No. Not unless Titer gets fouled. She could get a couple of free throws here down the stretch. Although, if I know Paul Hunsinger, and if they miss next time down, I suspect he'll call off the dogs, as they say, and not try to foul. It could be a 14-point deficit by the time they have the ball again. Nelson to the line. That was her first point of the game. And there's her second. And the scoreboard went out momentarily. And it's gone now. Scoreboard is gone. 40 seconds left.
Somebody's got to replace that fuse.
Well, hopefully in the off season
they can find one.
Yeah, there's one more men's game and one more women's game here on this
hardware. And
maybe just buy batteries for it or something. Well, again, both of these teams I think are going to be very tough in SSE tournament play. Tonight, Eckerd, it looks like they're going to be denied their 20th win of the season. Would be, again, they're trying to get 20 wins for the fourth time in 5 years. They'd won 8 of their last 9 coming into this game. Paul Hunsinger, along with Deandra Shermer, they do a terrific job, and they will be tough come NCAA tournament time or SSC tournament time. And who knows, the way they've done it lately, with 3 of the last 4 years they've been in NCAA tournament action. They're a really dangerous team this time of year.
Tampa and Florida Southern, the only teams in the conference with 20 wins overall. Tampa with 20, seconds away from 21. Florida Southern on its way to a 24-3 record.
Tom Jesse picked up his 500th career win against Rollins back on January 9th. 508 and 250.
They need to give the Spartans that last point, right?
They do. It is 51-37. Scoreboard is wrong. And there's an offensive foul as Nudge picks up her third drawn charge of the game. Player possession, so no free throws.
51. Chris Nelson should get credit for 2 free throws there.
Yeah. They have it on the stats monitor. They just don't have it
they're often at odds with each other
on the scoreboard right now. Somebody has missed a free throw up there, but that's okay. 37 seconds left. It looks like Tampa will win its 7th consecutive game and will win for the 11th time in the last 12 games. They will secure the number 2 seed in the Sunshine State Conference. Eckerd will still be in pretty good shape. They were, again, coming into this game, they were 3rd, 1 game behind Tampa, but 2 ahead of Nova, Southeastern, and Embry-Riddle. So a lot would have to happen for them not to be the 3 seed. They advance the ball into the front court here, inbounded to Titer. Titer gives it to Nelson. Nelson. And here is SU is going to be fouled from behind. Johnson wasn't trying to foul, was actually trying to knock the ball away and get a steal in the late going. But SU to the line. Again, we will see the UT women's team here on the floor 1 week from tonight in the first round of the Sunshine State Tournament. Free throw good by SU. Family in the stands applauds.
It's 52.
And SU with another one. She's been terrific from the line most of the season. And again, 84% coming into the game.
Pretty sure it's 53-37.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's a 3-point shot off the iron. No. Nudge another rebound, and that should do it. 10 seconds left. Paul Hunsinger says, well, steal the ball if you can, but no fouls. And they back away, and that's going to do it. The clock ticks down. 1 second left. There's the buzzer. And Tampa has defeated Eckerd here in this Sunshine State Conference game by the score of 53-37. Dory Nudge, the leading scorer in the game with 14 points. She had 9 rebounds, just missing a double-double. Titer with 8 points, 11 rebounds, so she is in double-figure rebounds for the 12th time this season. Again, a great start by the freshman, Malia Sullivan. Sullivan had 10 quick points, was the leading scorer at halftime. She finishes with 12 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a nice job all the way around. 2 points for Nelson, 7 points for Eshu, 5 points for McClure, all from the charity stripe, where she made 5 out of 6. Ingram with 3 points, and Cody with 2 points and 1 rebound. For Eckerd College, the leading scorer off the bench, Zoe Richards. She scored 11 points. She had 4 rebounds and her 19 minutes off the bench. Antela with 8 points, 3 boards. Howard with 7 points. Much of that coming there late. She hit the late 3 for her first 3-pointer of the game. But a nice job all the way around. Eckerd shoots for the game just 25%. Actually, check that, 27%, 26.8. And Tampa shoots 37% from the floor. We are joined here courtside by Malia Sullivan, who scored 10 quick points in this game today, came out very aggressive, and finished the game, as I mentioned a moment ago, with 12 points and 4 rebounds, a couple of assists as well. Malia, congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You came out seemingly with a ton of, looking to score. Was that game plan, or was that just you saying, hey, I can take advantage of this?
It was more of me saying I could take advantage. We were pumped and ready to play, and we were ready to bring home the W for senior night. So
you guys are really hot. You now won 7 straight, 11 of the last 12. You guys are playing well at just the right time of year.
Yes, sir.
1 game left, and let me ask you something. You're a freshman.
Yes, sir.
What was it like to be part of senior night, to watch those seniors that have been here at least for 2 years, if not up to 4 years?
Yeah.
What was it like to see them and share their senior night experience?
It was a wonderful experience. Being able to play with them is a great opportunity. They're all great players, great people on and off the court. It was just a wonderful year playing with them.
You had a really good game, 19 points at Eckerd.
Yes.
So coming in tonight, did that help you have confidence knowing I can score against these guys?
Yes, sir, it did. It gave me confidence.
You're just so humble. I just love it. You just go out. I love watching you play. There's no question you're going to be a standout here for your entire career. I know it's been an up and down season. Sometimes I know you would have wanted to play more. Sometimes you would have liked to be more featured in an offense, perhaps. You haven't told me that. I'm just kind of assuming as an observer. But in the end, you're getting great experience, and the team's being really successful. And I think it's clear the way you've played recently and the way the team's played lately that it's a good fit. It's a nice mix.
I like it here.
All right. Well, one more home game, actually, coming up next Wednesday night. It's the first round of the SSC tournament, but before that, you got one last one on the road.
Yep, at Lynn.
Yeah, Embry-Riddle. No, wait. Lynn. It is Lynn. Sorry, you're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking Eckerd for a minute. All right. Well, good luck Saturday, and then we'll see you again on Wednesday, and keep it going.
Yes,
keep it going.
Thank you.
All right. Malia Sullivan, she had a nice game tonight with 12 points, 8 in a hurry, 10 to lead the scoring in the first half, and we'll let her get to the locker room. Again, the final score, Tampa 53, Eckerd 37. Eckerd will, in all likelihood, be the number 3 seed in the Sunshine State Conference tournament. Tampa will be the number 2 seed in the SSC tournament, and they'll have things going right here at the Bob Martinez Center next Wednesday night. So, for Jack Ike, this is Scott Lynn saying stay tuned. About 24 minutes from now, let's say 20 minutes from now, we'll come back. About 7:35, we will come back on the air, and it'll be senior night for the men's team from the University of Tampa. It's Eckerd and Tampa. SSC basketball, the men's version, coming up in just a bit here on the TampaSpartans.tv and SSC Digital Network.